In this video, I'll be checking out a new wireless CarPlay and Android Auto adapter from ByteWave. We've seen the CarPlay and Android Auto specific adapters from ByteWave, or also known as QRCO, and this one is going to be a 2-in-1, so it serves both wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto wirelessly. Okay, so that's a brief summary. Let's check out what comes inside the box. Okay, so here's what you get inside the box. You get a small paper instruction manual and quick start guide. You get the wireless adapter itself and 2 additional extension cables per se, which means that you can extend the adapter if you don't have much room in your cubbyhole. And you've got a female USB-A to USB-C, and you've got a female USB-A to male USB-A as well. Looking over the adapter then, you've got a pretty much identical form factor to the other adapters that I've reviewed from ByteWave. You can bring these in so you can see them all together. Pretty much the same casing overall, with the exception that there's basically CarPlay, Android Auto branding, and you've got the 2-in-1 CarPlay and Android Auto branding on the new one that we'll be looking at today. Other than that, it's pretty much the same underneath and around. We've still got the removable caps from the old ones, and that allows you to connect to either USB-A or USB-C, which is really handy. Keeps it all together. You don't have to worry about an additional cables flapping about, and it's a very small discrete size to stow it away in your center console wherever your USB port is in the car. Comes in this one sort of mocha color with lots of details on the outside, some passive cooling on the outsides, and inside we've got a Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi up to 5.8 gigahertz, and it has a all new powerful dual CPU core as well. So it's gonna hopefully fly off the walls and give us good performance, but let's see if that's the case by jumping in the car and seeing how well it performs. So I'll see you there. Right, so we're in the board and we've got the ByteWave 2-in-1 adapter here ready to get plugged in. Because my car system is USB-C, we're going to be using the USB-C input port here. So we're going to get this plugged in and see how quickly it takes to boot up. So connecting now. Well, that's us into the main menu interface, nice and quick. We have a slightly compressed image here. It's not really fitting my screen properly. Probably just an image, so it has to scale, most likely upwards. So it's not a high resolution image. Basically saying turn on our Wi-Fi, turn on our Bluetooth, and connect to this Bluetooth profile here. You can see where that QR code goes, which takes us to basically their home screen. So you can go to various facts or get in touch with their customer service. Also, you've got after sales email there and the current MAC address as well. So first things first, let's pair up wireless Apple CarPlay. We're going to go into our phone here and look for the ID here, which is down the bottom. We're going to tap that. Allow. I'm going to unplug now and see how quickly it takes to actually boot up into wireless CarPlay. So I'm going to connect now. That's us into CarPlay. Very swift. I'll put that down below what that is and roughly the adapters around it that it relates to or compares to. So that's us into the main menu interface of CarPlay. Looks very native as it can be. It's not that blurry at all, so the compression is fine. This is now running at nice, smooth, probably most likely 60 Hertz, just like all the new CarPlay adapters. We're going to go into the map section, do a little bit of a wiggle. We'll do this. It's not doing GPS pass-through currently. We'll check that out in a minute, but we'll do a direction to an airport. That's giving us navigation on the instrument cluster, but not in the HUD for Apple Maps. And everything's nice and good. So that's navigation. We'll go into Spotify and play out some music.
Well, here we are back in the hot, muggy streets of New York.
It's around about 1 to 2 second delay in the touch input to audio. Wheel controls backwards and forwards. They seem to work just fine. Seek, that seems to work as well. Call button, send an audio message to test. Hi, this is Anthony from CarPlayLife.com. This is an audio test using the ByteWave 2-in-1 adapter, and this is an audio test. Okay, that sounds all good, good quality. Happy with that, and the audio is resumed as well afterwards. So whilst we're connected to CarPlay, we've got to go into the IP config menu. So here's the IP config menu there. Everything's all set up to default, but if we go back into the app, it's not doing the GPS properly. So we're going to turn that to mode 1 instead. That's going to reboot the adapter. The adapter is also up to date, so we don't have to do any updates there. And that's us back into CarPlay. We're going to pause this a second and do a call test. Hello? 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 So call quality good, very minimal delay, happy with that. So just generally CarPlay works fine. We can try GPS pass through again. Again, that's not showing up properly. It's not flipping me round to the right destination. We can go into the config menu again because we did reset it. So it's currently at mode 1. We're going to change that back to default. Going to reset again. I'll just try it one more time. Okay. So we're now on default and it's now working. Now we're facing the right direction. So GPS pass-through is confirmed in Apple Maps. Happy days. So that's CarPlay in a nutshell, really. So we're going to disconnect CarPlay now and head over to Android Auto. So we're going to turn that off and then we're going to fire up our Android device. Right, on the Android device now, we've got wireless dongle there. We're going to tap that. Connect to Android Auto. And that's going to switch the adapter to Android Auto and then initiate the pairing process over the Android Auto protocol. But instead, it looks like it's going to reboot the adapter, and we're now into a more sharper display now. So it is possible, at least on Android Auto, you've got a home screen now on Android Auto too. We're connecting. Flash, going into Android Auto. Now we're into Android Auto. I'm just going to take the adapter out now and see how quickly it takes to boot up from scratch. Plugging it in now. Okay. So roughly around about 17 seconds, I think. I'll put that down below what that is and roughly what other adapters around it perform. And now we're into Android Auto. Looks very good. Relatively native, I think, in terms of the resolution. Not fuzzy at all, really. We can manipulate that. It's nice and responsive. We can go into maps again. Again, nice and responsive. We can try a navigation and see.
Head southeast on Stanmer Avenue towards Hempstead Road.
Got navigation support in the instrument cluster, and it's on the heads up, but not the actual main arrow as well. So it's got pass through to navigation on the cluster there. Happy days. Going to cancel that, and that's really responsive. Some weird pinch and zoom thing going on there. It doesn't really support dual. It's there, but it's basically, I think it's just a mishit of me doing this. So no pinch and zoom support. So Google worked on the instrument cluster and the big arrow in the HUD. Waze should be a bit.
Let's take Hempstead Road.
Yeah.
Saltdean Vale, Saltdean.
So that's
In
on the instrument
400
cluster
feet,
and the big arrow
turn
in
right
my
onto Hempstead Road.
heads up display as well. So Waze is a little bit better at that than Google, but it worked in Google and Waze, so that's good. And generally, this is as expected as their previous adapters, wireless adapters. It's nice and responsive. Let's do some audio test. And let's check out some wheel controls. Backwards and forwards seems working okay. Call button, that fires up Android Auto and the assistant. So that actually works and it's listening out to me as well.
Sorry, I don't understand.
So that's cool. Let's try out a call test. Hello?
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 Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Okay, very responsive. Audio has resumed and definitely happy with that. Call quality amazing as well. Really good on that front as well for Android Auto. That's Android Auto and CarPlay in a nutshell. And that's the ByteWave 2-in-1 adapter. So the ByteWave wireless CarPlay and Android Auto adapter currently retails for $39.99. And there's a 20% off coupon right now that will take it down to $31.99. and I'll leave links down below to learn more about this adapter, support the channel, and buy yourself one. So generally a very good adapter from ByteWave again. They never fail to create some good adapters. It's a little shame that the IP config menu isn't as thorough as some other contenders, but you do have that GPS pass-through support. That's important, and you can see that earlier. We've got the pass-through for navigation as well, which is good to see. And the quality and the responsiveness is very good as well. One of the top ones, and the audio quality and the delay is actually exceptional as well. So if you're after those areas and you don't need to dive into that config menu, this is definitely an adapter that's worth checking out. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If it has, give us a big thumbs up down below and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this 2-in-1 adapter from ByteWave, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you like my content and you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by sending me a super thanks down below in YouTube, or check out my link in the description to buy me a coffee. You can support me there too. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.